Here we go with a water flow test. Okay, I've noticed it takes about 2.5 to 3 minutes for each vessel to unload into the next. So we're gonna have to make sure our speech, we do the pour, we flip the valve, start talking about the Cub Scouts. That way we're burning up the 2.5 to 3 minute cycle time. As you can see, we have the 2-second cylinders are already pre-filling. So again, keep your speech around at least 2.5 to 3 minutes. I don't have a speech, so we're just going to sit and wait. Oh, hey, we can talk about the weather. How about that spring? Okay. I still have to finish the painting, unless you guys disagree. Go with the dark blue, it's going to be up top. I'm going to have this divided, orange on this side, red for Boy Scouts on this side, and then of course we'll have the green cylinder down here. As we're talking, you'll see the top vessel is draining into the bottom two. Figure this video will be a perfect time lapse to see exactly how long we need to keep our presentation. So about this much left in the top vessel that the audience does not see because it's still rising up. I'm still trying to figure out how I can get some kind of a lighted illumination into it where it'll highlight the bottles a little bit better. So that part I'm still trying to figure out. Water level should reach just about the top of this. Top cylinder is now empty. Next person who comes up for their speech, again, as you come up to your speech, you're going to flip the valve. So that way you're burning up the 2.5 to 3 minute cycle time for the bottom three to start filling up. Little does the audience know that this is starting to drain slowly, about 2.5 minutes. Like I said, I know I'm repeating myself. These cylinders will start to refill upward. Does not matter if you see one filling up higher than the other or one filling up lower than the other three. It's done all by equal pressure. By the time these two get up to a certain height for buoyancy, gravity will take effect and this one will start to catch up with itself. One of the tasks I fought for days, I can easily go from 1 to 2, but it's hard to go from 2 to an even 3 in the beginning. But they self-regulate towards the end of the filling presentation part. As this gets higher, like I said, this one here will balance out. We still have some liquid still. I figure burning up 2.5 to 3 minutes per speech will be pretty easy, so we're not standing around waiting like I am right now. Really wish I could have went the bigger hoses, make this go quicker, but the bigger hoses did not have the valves and fittings that we kind of required to pull this off. I'm very impatient. This is killing me. The upper two chambers are just about unfilled. Gravity is now taking effect because the two sides are higher than the middle one. All remaining fluid is automatically going into the center. These two are now emptied. As you notice, it's still a little low, but just give it a few minutes. Even though these are emptied, gravity takes effect with the pressure. It's pushing these two down while this one's starting to go up. Takes a few minutes on that one. Every time we go to do this, I would imagine the outsides will fill up faster before the center, but it will self-regulate itself. As you can see, slowly it's going back up. All efforts of getting these three to fill at the same time was not very well in my opinion, but this is the best that I've created, just going by gravity itself. We do not have to wait, I don't think, for all three to regulate. We probably could just flip the valve and finish up our presentation with however we're calling it, community bucket or whatever. We're pretty much close to even. And then by flipping the last valve, allows everything else to trickle down. I was looking for something that looks a little more presentable than just a rubber hose coming out, but I've yet to actually find anything. Now the last three bottles are re-emptying back into the community. One thing I will suggest though is when, or if we go from the community to demonstrate back into, you're going to want to shut off at least the bottom one or second one so that way it doesn't go flowing out to the ground. But I kind of feel that once that fills up, we can just kind of manually hold it and just represent, you know, filling it back up a second time, but without actually filling it up a second time. We only got 15 minutes to burn on this. I'm hoping after I do this video, I'm going to look at how long it took to do the video, and hopefully we can definitely keep under that 10 to 15 minute cycle. Draining a little bit uneven, but again, all three will undrain back into the main community. I'll see if I can figure out some way to get these that drain a little faster, a little better, but for the moment, this is kind of what I got going on. I got 1 week left to finish this up, so I'm going to hold off on anything else with the plumbing, and I'm going to start into the painting process today. Last two bottles are just about finishing up. That is the end of the water. I just kind of shut down the valve. We can cut this down to any length we kind of want, depending on the chairs and stuff. Then it's a representation how we have the community simulate back into it without actually doing it. Okay, everybody, let me know what you think.